On today's show, we've got from WOW, Women of Wrestling, Animal Instinct. Up first, from the Collins Kennel Club, please welcome back the best in show herself, Goldie Collins.
Hi, Mike. It's good to be back. As always, the gold standard is here, and I'm excited to remind you why I am the top dog at WoW.
And the other half of Animal Instinct from Salem, Massachusetts, Katarina Jinx.
Hi, Mike. Excited to be here. And I hope everybody is ready to experience this hunt because the hunt is on.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Mike Rand Show. And today's special guests are from WOW, Women of Wrestling. They are Animal Instinct. Please welcome back Goldie Collins and welcome for the first time Katarina Jinx. Hey ladies, how you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Hi, Mike. So happy to be here.
Happy to have you guys here today. And we have got a great show for you all. But first, I want to start off with the big news is that this weekend is the new season of WOW, Women of Wrestling. It's going to be the fourth season on CBS syndication.
Mhm.
It's also on Vice TV. It has its own channel on Pluto TV. It is on Tubi TV. Now there's an all wrestling fast channel on Roku as well. It is on YouTube. It is everywhere. I have to say, like, all these places. Hope I didn't forget anybody. I mean, WoW is just everywhere. It's exciting. And of course, WOWE.com for all the details. But I want to
Mhm.
start off with you, Katerina. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Mike.
And I want to know from you, what can we expect in this new season of WoW? How excited are you for it?
Oh my goodness, so excited. I mean, I think both Goldie and I can't express how excited we are to go into this next season as far as where we stand in our journey as wrestlers, where we stand with the roster of WoW, and also going into a completely new environment, which is always hard for the Grimulkin of WoW. But I can't be more excited about it because on top of the just how we made our last season so good. It was so elevated. We were at a new location. Now we're going even further. We're upping our game, so to say. And I think that Goldie will agree that we are coming for everybody on this roster. We are ready for this season coming up, and we are ready to take over.
Yes. And Goldie, how excited are you? Because you've got some new women on the roster this season as well. So I want to know
Mhm.
about these new girls. Have you been checking them out? Are they up to par to Battle Animal Instinct? And is maybe anybody possibly could be in an alliance with?
Oh gosh, Alliance is tough because thus far, I don't know. We'll see how their instincts, prevail. However, in terms of the new women, I'll be interested to see how they handle the pressure of being on that purple mat. I think a lot of people have a very big bark, but not a very strong bite. And so, as we're looking ahead, I will be monitoring the situation. We will be there watching them debut, watching as they begin to take on the WoW arena and see, how they size up. Because as always, we're not scared, but we are intrigued. We're interested. And I will be the first one to welcome them, but also to remind them of their place, the bottom of the food chain.
Yes, they're not going to get a title match before you guys, right?
They better not. They better not.
That might be some complaints going on there if that happens.
David will not hear the end of it if that is the case.
His
Now,
couch will be
Katarina,
destroyed.
this is going to be the 40th year of women's wrestling in Las Vegas. In 1985, David McLean helped launch WOW. I'm sorry, Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, which was the predecessor to WOW. And
Yep.
that show was filmed in 1985, the pilot. So, what are your thoughts on the evolution of women's wrestling? And I want to know what got you yourself into women's wrestling was and who were your role models?
Absolutely. I can't be more excited for all of us at WoW, but of course, absolutely David McLean. I mean, to be able to go back to our roots, to especially on a year like this, to say we have grown so much over the last 40 years, and wow, what a journey that Glow into WoW had. And now we get to go back to Vegas and really showcase from where we were to where we've come, and where we are now. What an exciting prospect that is. Um, a- and I really honestly think it's going to be an amazing season. We are going to experience such a different energy, not just from us, but from the crowds that are going to gather on Fremont Street. I am very curious to see how it's going to be because you don't know when when you're in an arena, people come specifically to see WoW. Being on Fremont Street, it's going to be some people, or probably majority people, coming to see WoW, but then you're going to have those people who didn't expect to see it. And to be able to make new fans to wow an audience that might not know much about wrestling is an exciting prospect. Um, as far as how I got into wrestling is a very odd story because I was not a wrestling fan growing up. I was very much in a strict ballet culture. I didn't watch much TV. I was not It was not something that we had in our household um ever. I think my father may have like passed through a channel every now and then and stopped for a moment and then passed on. So I really didn't experience wrestling until I was in the audition for WoW Women of Wrestling. And I went there because I had an audition drop in my lap for what I thought was a stunt role in a TV show. And then lo and behold, it was not the theatrical TV show of Glow that I was expecting it to be, but the actual WoW Women of Wrestling. And that was exciting. And I, at first, had no idea what I was going to expect, but I fell in love with it so very quickly. And role models, oh my goodness. Jake the Snake was always somebody who I really enjoyed watching as I started getting into it. Of course, way late. Steamboat was definitely somebody I really enjoyed for his athleticism, and I tried to, at least in my early start, really tried to emulate, but I just don't have the jumps that Steamboat had. I don't know if I ever will, but I will strive for it. Um, but no, and I mean, like, so many women who past and present who have been on the WoW roster have definitely been people that I idolized. I loved in my beginnings, my start with WoW, when, when Selena saw the creature movement that I naturally came to, this very cat-like persona that just was who I am. Um, the first person that she pointed me to watch was Serpentine, and I must say that was so enjoyable to watch her wrestle. And um, I don't think I will be as good, or I will strive to be as good as she was, but that is something that I will always, try to emulate and also pay homage to in the way I move and wrestle.
Now, Goldie, there have been so many feuds going on lately in WoW, and they're going to continue into the new season. And I want to know what are your thoughts on them? We've got the Fab Four still feuding. Somebody's got to break those ladies up there. And then
Would
I
you
want to
believe
know
it?
Yeah, and then I want to know about your own feuds. You two keep battling Sugar and Spice, the Mighty Mites, like it never ends with those two. Is that feud over and done with, or what's going on there?
Okay, so to address the the Mighty Mites straight out of the gate, we do refer to them as some of our I'd say biggest, but one of our most consistent rivals. And the fact of the matter is, if we're ever presented an opportunity to wrestle, we're not going to turn it down, even if it's someone we've faced 100 times. So I'm sure that we will meet the Mighty Mites again down the road. However, at this point, I do feel as if, it's been established when we are presented an opportunity to wrestle them, the only way we can lose is if we beat ourselves. It's just how it is. So we have kind of figured them out to down to a science. So I would love to see what they bring to season 4. I'm always going to take the match, but it would be nice to kind of mix it up and maybe give them some time to go wrestle some folks and let us wrestle someone new as well. In terms of the other feuds, like you mentioned, that Fab Four nonsense is still going on. I mean, the last time we spoke, you and I mentioned that I don't know what's going on between them all, but they frankly are they're so dramatic. And I don't know if this is all part of Lana Starr's long term plan to, I don't know what, but I'm still confused because to me, it seems like Holly and Penelope Pink they're not exactly like, Katarina and I are very different. And people sometimes are like, well, how's it work? How's it work? But we still have that animal instinct inside of us that draws us together. I've yet to see something on such a deep level of those two connect other than through Lana. And so I have to wonder how long that will last. I mean, I don't know. They've taken it this far, but I will say it's interesting that we've not been given a title opportunity since they've won the belts. I don't want to cry conspiracy or, I don't want to say that maybe someone is doing someone else a favor by not booking the match, but it is strange that we, a strong contender for the titles, have not been given that opportunity. So moving forward, into season 4, I would like a title shot, please.
Yes, it seems like they're kind of ignoring the two of you with the title shot there. You're gonna have to fight for it here. Now,
I guess.
I want to know, Katarina, this weekend you two have just faced Kara Kai and Xena Phoenix, and you faced them a couple times. You got one win and one loss under the belt with them. What was it like wrestling those two?
Oh, well, they are very strong competitors. They are athletes. They are sportsmen in their own field. You have the more of the karate side and then the more jiu-jitsu grappling side, right? And it's they are strong contenders in the fact that they are fighters. We were able to exploit some of their differences in the first go around with them, and I, for one, got to really put forward as much as I could when I was up against Karakai in singles wrestling. Um, and they are strong competitors, but they don't have the unison that Goldie and I have. We may have lost this last match, but I personally don't think that there wasn't some outside something going on there. But I would be willing to face them again to settle the score one last time because I honestly think that we absolutely have it on them. And now that we've wrestled them a few times, I think we really honestly can see their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Goldie, is there any team that you want to face this season?
Like I said earlier, I will not turn down a match no matter who it is. We will take it and we will just make it a meal. However, I think in terms of folks we haven't faced yet, I I would love to take on the Brat Pack. I think that they are excellent competitors, so I'd be interested to see how we size up. I would be interested in, you know, it seems that they're currently working towards a different goal, the trio's goal. But I would have loved to face Chainsaw and Daisy, another strange coupling. I think that they could have provided us with an exciting challenge. But they seem busy right now, so I'll let them do what they need to do, and we'll check back in if they enter the tag realm again. But yeah, I think in terms of these new women, I'll be interested to see where they fall, whether it's in tag teams together or if they're current existing women on the roster that, take any of these folks under their wing. I'd love to face any of them, or, Katarina and I are always willing to also take on singles matches. So at this point, anyone that's interested in a fight, well, we'll give you one.
Now, Katarina, wrestling can certainly take its toll on a body. So I want to know, how do you make sure that you stay both physically and mentally sharp for your matches?
Oh, well, physically sharp, we train on a daily basis. We have to. There's no way to avoid that. We have if we don't, we will suffer in the ring 100%. Whether it's our physical capabilities, whether my kicks are not as high that day because I didn't stretch enough, or even if we're just a little bit winded that day because our cardio suffered. It is so many avenues that we have to make sure that we are top of our game every single time. But so much of it is the idea, the having the two of us together and having that mental stability between the two of us really honestly is key. Without that, I think we both would have very different outcomes in the ring if we weren't such a good tag and such good friends uh URL. We really do make each other better in so many ways.
Mhm.
Somebody else who definitely makes Goldie better is Alexander the Grand. Now, I want to know, how is Alexander doing?
He's doing so well. We actually, before we got on this call, I was telling Katarina we just got him a new pair of shoes, back to school shoes. It's been a little muddy around the villa in which I live. And so I just simply, we can't put his paws through that many washes every single day. So we got him some new shoes. He's just practicing clomping around in them, and it is darling. He's doing well.
And I gotta know, Katarina, do you have any felines of your own?
I do. I have my Sphinx. He is named Little Louis Cipher. He is a little menace, and I love him dearly. He is a handful, just like his mother. But no, he is my darling. He's my sweetheart. I would not know what to do without him. He's also completely naked all the time, so I clothe him all the time. Make him little shirts, and it's adorable. He's a constant entertainment factor in my life.
Now, ladies, if they were to make a movie of Animal Instinct, what would the title be, and who would play each one of you?
Well, I feel like the title would be something like Born to be Wild, or one of our signature tag team moves, Call of the Wild, could perhaps be a good name. In terms of who would play me, I feel like a lot of people would probably lean into the idea of Brie Larson. I get told I look like her. Um, her as Captain Marvel, I get that a lot. So she can play me if she wants, but I'm also happy to play myself, Who does it better?
I would say, I would agree. I feel like one of our signature tag moves, pause for effect, or one of those would definitely be the title. As far as who would play Katarina, I feel like we've had so many iterations of like Catwoman and this and that, but honestly, I would love to see Kate Beckinsale play me. I know, right? I think she would make a great Katarina Jinx. But I feel like, if Anne Hathaway wants to give it a go, I'll let her.
Ooh.
Now, Katerina, we know cats have 9 lives, but if cats had a 10th life and you could live it as someone else or as another animal, who would it be?
Ooh, that is a good question. I feel like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't change my life for anything as it is right now. So I guess I have to go off of if I were to have a 10th life, I feel like I would be a panther in the wild. Like I feel like there's no getting around
Mm.
my feline-esque personality. But I feel like a bigger cat would be a lot of fun. And I just think panthers are absolutely majestic. I would love to see my life as that.
And Goldie, what makes you still the gold standard of WoW?
I mean, just look at me, it's hard to compete. However, I think my training speaks for itself. Like Katarina mentioned, we are training every day. I'm there to get better and to, figure out ways to level up our tag team wrestling as well as just our positions on the roster. I think that I am constantly, if I'm not in the ring, working myself, I'm doing my homework and I'm watching and I'm ingesting and just understanding this sport and its history and every bit of psychology that I can. So I think that I set a really high standard for how seriously to take this. And I think that although I am obviously over the top and a great showman, if you will. I like to think of myself as a serious athlete as well. So I think it's just creating this perfect package to show the world.
Okay, and now it's time for the lightning round, where I'm going to name you 2 things and you ladies tell me which one you prefer. So, would
Okay.
you rather win every argument or never get into one again?
Win
Win.
every argument.
Win every argument.
Sing in public or dance in public?
Sing in
Sing.
public.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Early bird.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Summer.
Sneakers or boots?
Boots.
Sneakers.
Would you rather be stuck in a time loop of your favorite day or never repeat any moment again?
Never repeat any moment again. It has to be an experience every time.
Yeah, I think similarly, never experience the same moment twice. I think keep it fresh.
Be a trendsetter who's always copied or a mystery that no one understands?
Mystery.
Oh, I guess I'll be a trendsetter that everybody copies.
You
Would
already are.
you
Exactly.
would you rather backpack the world for a year or have a luxury resort and home that you never travel again?
Oof.
Never travel again. I'm
I
a
would travel.
homebody.
I would travel the world. Yeah.
Would you only rather be able to talk as wrestling promos or only able to walk like you're entering the ring?
Either way, I basically am doing that. So uh, I'd say honestly, it would be funny if I could only walk the way I walk to the ring because we know I am me. So I'll say that just to be silly.
I would say the same, though. I think I would get in a lot of trouble if I cracked a whip every 3 steps. Somebody would get upset at me, but
All
it would
right.
be entertaining.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us here today.
Of
Thank
So,
you.
course.
Bye.
Thank
so
you.
can you ladies tell us how we can keep up with you on social media? So Goldie, first, how can we keep up with you?
You can find me on all social platforms at GoldieC_wow. And of course, you can watch us every weekend. Look up like you mentioned, we're everywhere. So no matter what kind of platform you're looking on, if you look up Wow Women of Wrestling, you'll probably find us. But you can find your local listings on wowie.com.
Exactly. And you can find me at Katarina Jinx _wow or Cat Jinx on X _wow. So yeah.
And you guys can find me everywhere. My website's MikeRand.com, the YouTube channel at Official Mike Rand, which is also the Facebook page and Instagram, and MikeRand.com, COM, on X. Thank you guys again for joining us here today, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.